What's good, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. JD here, back at it. New year 2022. Happy New Year to all of you guys. So I thought, what better way to begin the year than by talking about all of the hottest sneakers that will be dropping this year that we are pretty excited for. Of course, these are only going to be sneakers that are so far rumored to drop this year. As you know, most sneakers, they only get announced about a month, sometimes even a few weeks before the actual release date. So what I'll be talking about in this video is just what we know so far, but there's quite a lot to talk about. But before we get into that, if you are new to the channel, my name is Josh. I go by JD, and if sneaker content is what you're looking for, you are in the right place. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. I'll also leave my Instagram and my TikTok here. A lot of content coming on all of these platforms this year. I'm feeling hyped, feeling motivated. Without further ado, let's talk about the hottest sneakers in 2022. Starting off with the Jordan 1 85 in this Georgetown colorway. This is not a new colorway. We have seen this colorway many times on the Nike Dunk High. It was part of that Be True to Your School pack, and now we're seeing this on a Jordan 1, but not just any Jordan 1. This is one of those 85 Jordan 1s, which means you can expect some premium leather. You can expect the OG cut as well. Personally, I'm just hoping that the leather is a bit more forgiving than the neutral grays that came out last year, because as you guys know, I love that pair, but I ended up selling my pair simply because I just couldn't wear it. That leather just destroyed my feet, so I'm just hoping this Georgetown colorway has a bit more softer leather. And speaking of the neutral gray ones, there's gonna be a collab between Vape and Jowns on the Vape studs. And it does have that neutral gray type of colorway. As you guys know, Jowns has been absolutely killing it on the collab front over the last 2 years with New Balance. And Vape, in case you guys haven't noticed, Vape is actually making a pretty strong comeback over the last year. Some pretty solid collabs. And this is one that we just didn't see coming, but damn, these look hella clean. This is like a perfect everyday Vape. I recently copped my first ever pair of Vape studs. I just copped those Soulbox Vapes, which I will be reviewing later this week. And these Jowns are definitely gonna get added to the collection as well. Next, some more Jowns to talk about. We will be seeing the 990 V3s. And guys, just look at this pair. Damn, this colorway, an all over sage green, and it has some hits of contrasting darker tones of green. You add that cream outsole as well, and what you got is one of the cleanest New Balances dropping this year. I was a bit critical of the last Jowns collab, the 990 V4s. I just thought that one is a bit too plain looking, but they've definitely made up for that with this absolutely sick colorway. At least for me, this is like very close to the top for must cop sneakers of 2022 so far. Next, let's talk about Yeezys. Now, this is unconfirmed, but what you're looking at is potentially what the Foam Runner V2 is gonna look like. And if these rumors are true, let me just say it, these are way better than V1. These look like much more of a sneaker and less of a croc. You can see the outsole does have quite a bit of traction on it, and I just think overall it's much more of a wearable sneaker than the V1s. Let me know down in the comments, do you think this is better than the V1s? This sneaker doesn't seem to have any Yeezy branding on it, so that's why I say it's unconfirmed whether or not these are the new foams. But whether or not it's a Yeezy, even if it's a regular pair of Adidas sneakers, these are a must. We're also going to be seeing the Yeezy 1050 boots. You guys have definitely already seen this sneaker. Kanye was wearing it throughout all of those Donda performances. He's also been gifting this sneaker. He just gave Offset a pair of these for his birthday. What a nice guy, that Kanye. These are insane looking, especially this first colorway with the loud orange and red tones. Another crazy thing about this shoe, the retail price, it's gonna be $400. They're definitely kind of nice, but $400 though? Yeah, I'll have to think about that one, but these are definitely one of the most anticipated new Yeezy silhouettes this year. Moving on, we got the Jordan 6 in this UNC colorway dropping. Easily the cleanest colorway on the Jordan 6s to release this year. We saw those Carmine 6s drop pretty recently, so if you are a fan of the 6, then you definitely love what Jordan Brand has been giving us. I personally don't wear 6s, so these aren't really for me. However, I had to mention it because it's the nicest 6 we're gonna see this year. Moving on, we will potentially see the Jordan 1 Low Travis Scott in this reverse mocha colorway. And I say potentially because you guys already know what's been happening with the whole Travis Scott situation. We've seen pretty much every major brand drop him at this point. He got dropped from Coachella even though he offered to perform for free. Dior recently just completely dropped him. Nike hasn't made any statements yet. However, I do think that they're just waiting and seeing at this point. My personal opinion on this, as you guys know, there is a pending major lawsuit on Travis Scott right now. I personally think Nike is just waiting to see what happens with this lawsuit. I think if Travis is officially relieved of all legal liability for what happened at Astrofest, then I think think Nike is actually going to go ahead with his future collabs. However, I think that while this lawsuit is still pending, we're not going to see any Travis releases while that's going on. We don't know how long it's going to last. It could be a year, it could be months. If they do drop, for me, it's a must cop. I already own the first 2 Travis Scott lows, and this colorway very clean as well, but we'll see if they drop. Next, we have a brand new silhouette from New Balance, the 990 V6. This sneaker right here is very different than its predecessors, the V4 and the V5. You can see the N logo is much more bigger, and it's not on a suede panel, it's on a mesh panel. There's just generally a lot more mesh on the sneaker than previous models. And overall, the shape seems a bit more sleeker, it's a bit more futuristic looking. The midsole also seems to be a bit thicker as well. I think it was about time the 990 saw some real change. The V3, the V4, and the V5, in my opinion, were all pretty similar looking. These are fire. A lot of you guys won't agree, but I definitely like them and expect to see these definitely this year. Next, we got the Louis Vuitton Off-White Air Force Ones. Another one that may potentially release. Because of the unfortunate passing of Virgil Abloh, we don't know when or if these will ever release. They were supposed to come in a wide variety of colorways, and it's crazy what they did here. They pretty much just bootlegged the bootlegs. These look like those custom sneakers that we've been seeing on Instagram for a while. Since these are officially Louis Vuitton sneakers, expect a very high retail price for these. Next, let's talk about the Union Air Jordan 2s. Now, these actually have an official release date. They will be releasing on April the 8th. There will be a gray fog as well as a rattan colorway. And let me just say one thing about Union LA. They are the king of Jordan colorways at this point. Every collab they've done, their colorways are just so on point, especially when they go with these pastel colors. They've done something that I thought was pretty impossible, made me actually appreciate a pair of Jordan 2s. I still don't think I'm gonna cop these for myself. However, I definitely appreciate what Union was able to do here. Very nice colors. They'll look perfect in the spring or summer. I'm wondering what the resale prices are gonna be on these, because of course Union pairs usually are pretty high. However, because these are Jordan 2s, not as hyped as some other models, so let's see how these do. And speaking of Union, there are also going to be 3 upcoming colorways of the Union Dunks. All 3 of the colorways actually look pretty similar, and all 3 of them seem to have this kind of grid pattern all over the shoe. I'm not really feeling that grid pattern personally. It reminds me of like those math notebooks that I used to have in like grade school. And also just in general, I'm pretty dunked out at this point. It's been like 2 years of just non-stop dunks, but we've seen now images of all 3 colorways leak, so expect them probably around spring summer. And finally, the last one to talk about, the Off-White Blazer lows. These were actually supposed to drop on December the 7th of 2021, but of course for obvious reasons it did get postponed. This is a blazer like no other blazer I've seen before. It has actual hole cutouts in the sneaker. Probably don't want to wear these in the rain. And there is like this pointy finish on the heel, and it has those extra laces like we've seen on the Off-White Dunks. And once again, because of Virgil's passing, I don't see these releasing anytime soon, probably only after the summer. But yeah, just something to keep in mind, the Off-White Blazer lows. And that's pretty much it. Let me know down in the comments if I missed anything in particular. And of course, I want to hear from you guys. What is the sneaker that you are most looking forward to this year? For me, definitely the top 2 has to be the Yeezy Foam V2 and also those Jown 990s. Oh, and just one more thing for you guys. If you haven't already heard my podcast, make sure you guys check it out, the Kickback Pod. We of course talk about the biggest topics in the sneaker industry. Make sure you guys check that out. Once again, it is available Spotify, Apple Music. And thank you guys so much for rocking with me and for supporting this channel, and I will see you guys next time. Peace.